So I'd love it now if you could pause this and get a piece of paper and draw a diagram that looks like this with the 9 dots, but without the box around it. So I'm going to give you just a moment to get a piece of paper and a pencil and to draw this figure without the box. And when you're ready, I'd like you to connect all 9 dots using 4 straight lines. And the lines can cross, but you can't lift your pencil. So when you're ready, I invite you to begin the exercise of joining the dots with 4 straight lines. Again, the lines can cross, but you can't lift your pencil. And as you're doing this, I'd like you to notice your thoughts and your feelings. And I'm going to give you about 3 minutes to do this exercise, and then we'll continue. Just a gentle reminder to notice your thoughts and feelings, and see if you can notice them with kindness and curiosity. And you'll have about 1 more minute. And now 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils down. So before I show you the answers, I'd like you to ask yourself some questions and maybe even write your answers underneath the place where you did the puzzle. So what were you thinking? What were you feeling? I'll give you a minute to answer those for yourself. And be honest. How did you speak to yourself? Were you kind and encouraging? Or were you perhaps not so kind and not so encouraging? And again, be honest. And I'll give you just 1 more moment to write down any other thoughts or observations. So again, before I show you the solution, I want you to consider that for your students, this experience of having a test or a puzzle or a math problem or an essay that they feel they need to perform well on is a daily reality. And it can be, and perhaps it was for some of you, quite stressful. And we often teach in a way that has us believe and has our students believe that there's only one right answer. And students go from class to class and then home to do homework, having this experience. So here are the solutions. And I want to talk about that for a minute. So if you look at the blue solution, you'll see it begins in the bottom right-hand corner and goes up to the top left-hand dot. And then it goes down from the top left-hand dot past the bottom left-hand dot, and then diagonally up through the middle bottom dot and the middle right-hand dot, past the top right-hand dot, and then across to the top left-hand dot. So the first thing to note is that solving this puzzle required thinking outside the box. And I did give you that hint at the beginning of the exercise. The second thing to note is that even if we take this one solution in blue that's shown on the screen, you can realize that there are actually 4 solutions because the solution can be rotated 3 times to 90 degrees. So you could start in the top right-hand corner, the top left-hand corner, and the bottom left-hand corner. So there are actually 4 solutions of the same design rotated 90 degrees. Then if you look on the right-hand side of your screen, you will see that there are some additional creative solutions. So I think it's helpful for us and our students to remember that often there is more than one solution in life. So there are a couple points to this exercise. The first is thinking outside the box. The second is remembering that there are multiple solutions to problems. The third is noticing how we talk to ourselves when we're faced with a challenge, and perhaps developing the ability to speak with ourselves more kindly. And now I want you to think about a particular student in your classroom. And I want you to think about the box that you put them in, maybe the box that they put themselves in, and the box that their other teachers and their parents and their friends or their not so friendly classmates put them in. So choose one student and just notice the boxes that you might put them in. And maybe you think of this student as very bright or lazy or difficult or stubborn. And I want you to consider the possibility that they are more than the box that you put them in. And I want you to consider the effects of this box on their experience with you and in their classroom. Because students often live up to our expectations or down to our expectations, as the case may be. And I want you to see if you can notice that moment when a student steps outside their box.